Hey there, folks. You know, the sky's not always friendly, even to the stars among us. Tragically, many well-known names have met their untimely demise while flying high. Folks like the action-packed Vic Morrow, the rock promoter Bill Graham, guitar legend Stevie Ray Vaughan, and the basketball goat Kobe Bryant all share a common yet heartbreaking fate, perishing in helicopter crashes. Their stories, along with those of 26 other famous individuals, form a somber club nobody wished to join. It's a stark reminder that despite all the glitz and glamour, life can be fragile. This is the story of 30 famous people who died in helicopter crashes.
Anybody, it's none of my business, and it's none of your business. You got it? So just shut up!
On a chilling July night in 1982, the film world lost Vic Morrow in a tragic accident that still resonates with many today. While filming a scene for Twilight Zone the movie in 1982, Morrow met his untimely demise in a horrific accident involving a helicopter. It was a night shoot, the kind that's supposed to add a punch of drama on screen, not off. Yet, amid explosive effects, the helicopter spiraled out of control and crashed. Imagine the chaos of that scene. The sudden, deafening roar of the helicopter blades, the flash of explosions, and then silence. In that crash, not only did Morrow lose his life, but two child actors, Renee Shin Chen and Micah Din Lei, also perished, their lives cut shockingly short. These moments bring a somber reflection on safety protocols in film production, a legacy of caution that hopefully shields future talents from similar fates. Vic Morrow's final scenes were never supposed to be like this. His dedication to his craft, immortalized not in the way any actor would wish. His last moments, lost in the art of storytelling, remind us all of the real risks artists sometimes face in pursuit of creating something memorable. On January 14, 1986, the world lost two iconic figures in a tragic helicopter crash during the Paris-Dakar rally. Daniel Balavoine, a singer known for his passionate music and humanitarian efforts, and Thierry Sabine, the adventurous founder of the rally, both met their untimely deaths. They were flying over the Mali desert when their helicopter, caught in a sudden vicious sandstorm, crashed. The pilot, François-Xavier Bagnoud, journalist Nathalie Audin, and radio technician Jean-Paul Lefour also perished in the accident. Imagine, just moments before, the skies darkening and the fierce winds howling around them, a scenario straight out of a dramatic film, but all too real. The news shocked fans and followers worldwide, marking a somber moment in the history of the rally. Balavoine's voice, once filled with vibrant energy, and Sabine's adventurous spirit, remained deeply missed. Rest in peace. Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar still echoes in the minds of many, his blistering solos and deep blues rhythms defining an era. It's heartbreaking to think that his brilliant career was cut short in 1990, when a helicopter he was aboard crashed into a fog-covered hill in Wisconsin. This tragic accident also claimed the lives of 3 members of Eric Clapton's entourage: bodyguard Nigel Brown, assistant tour manager Colin Smythe, and pilot Jeff Brown. Imagine the scene. Just moments after performing with Clapton, the helicopter lifted off in dense fog, a situation demanding the utmost care. In those last seconds, as the visibility zeroed out, the atmosphere must have shifted from post-show exhilaration to an unimaginable reality. It's a stark reminder of how quickly life can pivot on a single moment. Stevie's last words on stage, "Thank you. Good night, we love you," continue to resonate, not just as a farewell to a concert, but, unbeknownst to all, as a final goodbye to a world he filled with his music. Rest in power, Stevie. You will never, ever be forgotten.
Got anything left? Coming to the stripe. Morgan comes to the inside, and Davey Allison is going to win the Daytona 500.
In the world of NASCAR, speed thrills, but it also spells danger. Not just on the racetracks, but as with Davey Allison, sometimes tragically in the skies. On a sultry July day in 1993, the racing circuit lost one of its brightest stars. Allison, a fearless competitor behind the wheel, met a tragic fate not on asphalt, but while piloting a helicopter at Talladega Superspeedway. An attempt to land proved fatal when the helicopter crashed, severely injuring Allison. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, he succumbed to his injuries the very next day. Allison wasn't alone in the helicopter. Red Farmer, his close friend and fellow racer, was also aboard and sustained injuries, though he survived the ordeal. Reflecting on that fateful moment, the crash not only robbed the sports community of a legendary racer, but also cast a shadow over the track that many fans remember as a place where Allison's vibrant career shone brightest. Remembering Davey, his daredevil spirit and relentless pursuit of victory live on in the hearts of those who watched him race. "No hill too steep, no track too fast," he once said, a motto that NASCAR fans will never forget.
Quietly confident, but I was up against probably the toughest competitor you could get, so it was never a certainty.
It was a grim day in September 2007 when the world of motorsport lost one of its brightest stars, Colin McRae. He wasn't racing on the tracks, but was piloting a helicopter near his home in Scotland. The tragedy was magnified by the fact that on board were his young son Johnny, only 5 years old, and two family friends, 6-year-old Ben Porcelli and Graham Duncan. All lives were tragically lost when the helicopter crashed. This heartbreaking incident leaves us with mixed emotions. On one hand, Colin McRae was a legend in rallying, known for his fearless approach and the motto, "When in doubt, flat out." On the other, this same fearless attitude crossed into recklessness on that fateful day. Piloting a helicopter without a valid license, especially with his child and their friends aboard, was undeniably irresponsible. It's a harsh reminder that even heroes have flaws, and sometimes these flaws can have irreversible consequences. Remembering Colin McRae today is complex. He was an extraordinary racer whose life was a spectacle of speed and adrenaline. But in his final moments, his decision to fly unlicensed was a serious lapse in judgment, one that cost dearly. While we can admire his prowess on the racetracks, we must also acknowledge the gravity of his actions off the track. It's a sobering lesson on the boundaries of adventure and safety. In the serene blue skies over Argentina in 2015, a heartbreaking tragedy unfolded that claimed the lives of three distinguished French sports icons, Florence Artaud, Camille Muffet, and Alexis Vastine. Florence, a sailing champion known as the Little Bride of the Atlantic, was as fearless on water as she was in life. Camille, an Olympic gold medalist swimmer, had the discipline and strength that inspired millions. Alexis, a charismatic boxer, had punched his way into the hearts of his fans with his dedication and spirit. These athletes were participating in a reality TV show aimed at testing their limits in the wild. But fate had a different plan. Their helicopters collided mid-air, leaving no survivors. Imagine the abrupt shift from a moment filled with anticipation and excitement to an unimaginable silence. It's a poignant reminder of how fleeting life can be. Their legacy, however, continues to inspire. Florence once said, "The sea is the most beautiful place on earth." And perhaps in those last moments, with the vast skies around them, they found a different kind of peace. Gone but never forgotten, their adventurous spirits still sail and soar high.
I can thank you enough for that. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Mamba out.
On that tragic January morning, alongside Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna, the helicopter crash claimed the lives of 7 others. John Altobelli, a well-respected baseball coach, his wife Carrie Altobelli, and their daughter Alyssa Altobelli, who was a teammate of Gianna. Christina Mauser, an assistant coach at the Mamba Sports Academy, was also aboard, as well as Sarah Chester and her daughter Peyton Chester, another of Gianna's teammates. The group was completed by the pilot, Ara Zobayan, whose expertise was trusted by all who flew with him. Visualizing that final flight overcasts a somber tone. The unexpected foggy conditions added a layer of profound uncertainty that morning, leading to the unfortunate accident. The aircraft's rapid descent and subsequent impact left no survivors, marking a heartbreaking end to multiple families' stories. Reflecting on their last moments, it's poignant to consider the shared sense of purpose they had heading to a basketball game, united by their passion for the sport and their support for their children's endeavors. Their sudden loss reminds us to cherish every moment and inspire greatness in others, just as they did. In remembrance, Kobe's words resonate deeply. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great at whatever they want to do. Let us hold these words close as we honor their legacies. Thank you for joining us as we reflected on the lives of notable individuals who tragically lost their lives in helicopter crashes. It's a somber reminder of how unpredictable life can be, touching on the personal histories of many, including leaders and public figures whose stories may resonate differently with each of us. If today's discussion sparked your interest, and you'd like to delve deeper into the histories and legacies of these individuals, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support allows us to continue sharing diverse perspectives and remembering those we've lost.